we're here today talking to Andy Bell. Andy, you want to give a little bit of a background about yourself to the people that are on our website so they know who you are, where you're from, and what you do.
Andy Bell from I'm from Canada, British Columbia, but I've been down here. Was in Utah for like 8 years working for OGO, and then now in Los Angeles we do a little TV show called Nitro Circus, which hopefully if people are involved in the motorcycle industry they've heard of. Pretty hit show with MTV over the last couple years, and currently everyone's taken the last bit of the year to heal up, and we're getting ready to start filming a 3D movie starting the next couple months here. So 3D movie for the theaters, a la Jackass 3D. So we're pretty excited about that.
When do they expect the movie to be out? Like, what are you expected release dates?
I think holiday 2011. I don't know if that means November or December, but it's going to get going in the next couple months here. It's pretty exciting. I mean, the Jackass movie did so awesome. We got to be a part of that. That whole crew and our crew worked on our show. We had them on our show. There's a lot of camaraderie between all of us. So we're excited for what's coming down the pipe here with this new 3D movie.
It seemed like when the show first came out, you guys were pretty much in creative control of things. Did that change as the season went on?
Well, I think a few things happen as the seasons go on. Number one, we get broken. I tore my MCL and my ACL the first shoot of second season. So if you kind of watch second season, you'll see I have this cute little butterfly carbon fiber knee brace on the entire time. I was just healing from breaking my wrist and having surgery. Travis had 3 surgeries between first and second season. Jolene fractured her neck. Tommy blew out his knee. Jim was just coming back off a broken back when we started filming. Rona was hurt. I mean, there's a lot of attrition, so sometimes we can't do exactly what we want to do because nobody can want to do what we want to do. But so yeah, I mean, there was definitely the Jackass crew and the Godfrey crew. Jackass always wants to take it one way, and we always want to kind of go this way. And when we couldn't go the big heavy stunt route because people were broken, we kind of had to fall into their way, which it is awesome. But we're more about going big and kind of maybe showing people what's possible. Maybe not an everyday sport like big wheeling.
Yeah, so what do you think, what are people going to see in the movie that wasn't shown on MTV, or maybe you guys didn't get to on MTV?
Well, there's a lot of, MTV actually had a lot of creative control on the show, and they really had us under their thumbs when it came to safety stuff, things that they deemed wouldn't fly on their network because so many kids watch it and they think it's too imitatable by children, or just stuff. I guess jumping off roofs or jumping out of airplanes with no parachutes, or we had a bunch of ideas that just didn't pass safety that we couldn't do. So a lot of that stuff is going to come into the 3D movie. But being the fact that it's a movie, I'd say if season 1 we were an 8 and season 2 we went to a 10, we're going to go to a 20 level for this movie. Everyone's rested and healthy and chomping at the bit to throw down some heavy stuff.
Do you guys ever see yourself back on another series again on MTV or anywhere else?
For us being the cast or the talent or whatever you want to call us, the untalent we called ourselves, it's not the most lucrative position to be in, so hopefully the movie will be much better in that regard, and we can actually make some money doing this and getting hurt.
You guys talk about the level of difficulty and the size of the stunts just keeps getting bigger and bigger. You've obviously raced for a while and been doing this for a while. Before, when they're, when you guys are figuring out what you're going to do, or they're pitching you ideas for, hurling your body off something, is there, do you still get butterflies? Does it still affect you the same way it did when you first started doing it, or are you still I got that?
Absolutely. Anyone that tells you they're not petrified when they're doing, what we're doing or whatever they're doing is lying to you. There's times that I was so petrified I couldn't even talk before I went to do what I was going to do. And there's no backing out in our crew. death would be a better option than the ribbing you'd get from our crew. No, I mean, death or dismemberment or something. I mean, honestly, I mean, but people always ask me, they're like, oh, do you ever get hurt on that show? Because unfortunately, the way they edited it was so fast. I mean, it never showed us scared, and then it never showed us hurt, and all of a sudden you show up with a cast. It's like, yeah, I just had surgery to, pin my bones back together, or, all these things, and it's gnarly. I mean, when for some reason TV makes things look a lot smaller than they actually are, and a lot of pretty gnarly stuff went down.
They should make like the hospital diaries of just all, breaking stuff.
It would fill up a lot of shows because there was a lot of ambulance trips, a lot of concussions. I mean, I got 3 concussions in one day. Jumping a Suburban, and the way it cuts out, the way they cut it, it just shows me crashing it once. You don't know that I did that jump 2 other times and went way bigger the other times and was unconscious for 5 minutes before I did it again.
Wow, yeah, I've seen that. It looked like you just jumped one time. The one landing they showed looked pretty rough.
Yeah, well, that was the second time I did it. The first time I did it, the trailer was 30 feet further away, and when I hit the jump, right before the jump, there was some mud, and they covered it with dry dirt, but it really bogged me down and shaved like 5 miles an hour off my speed, and I came up 3 feet short again on a 95-foot gap in a Suburban with a shoulder belt. I mean, I just had a shoulder belt, and the best thing about that is I didn't have any neck protection. So I was like, oh, I need some. No Hans device, no nothing. So I came up with the Franz, actually. It was a pool noodle. We happened to have pool noodles for some reason. That was my neck protection, and I'm not lying.
Hey, it works.
Hey, that works. Whatever works.
Hey, that's how we did stuff there. No Hans, so I had a Franz.
Well, we don't want to take too much more of your time up. We'll definitely be looking for the movie coming out soon. Is there any other plugs you want to give?
No, just if you want to keep up kind of with me, what's going on, Twitter is Andy Bell, and then, nitrocircus.com, and nitro_circus for the Twitter. And and my Facebook, Nitro Circus Andy Bell. That's it.
Yeah.
Right on.
That should keep everyone up to date on what's going on. We all try and kind of let people know as soon as we have info, where we're going to be, what we filmed, what's going on, behind the scenes stuff with Travis. And lots of good stuff for sure.
All right, hey, we're going to let you go. Hey, thanks so much for doing this.
Thanks a lot, man.